In this video we're going to talk about paintbrushes. My name's Stephen from Inexteriors Painters and Decorators and you're watching Inexteriors TV. In this video we're going to talk about the paintbrushes that I use. So if you would like to purchase these brushes, please feel free to check out the links in the description below, and if you're planning on doing any other decorating works, please feel free to visit my tool store. The links are also in the description below. I'm just going to take you through the paintbrushes that I've been using over the last 7 years since I've been using water-based paints, and these are the brushes that I use most often. Now what they are is the Purdy Monarch Elite 3-inch. This I use mainly for emulsion, so when I'm painting ceilings and walls. So because it's nice and wide, you can cut in, leave a nice wide line for your roller to go into. So if you're doing down the edges of the walls, there's plenty of a line there, and then the roller meets up to it. Now I love its handle. I never used to like these oval handles. I only used to like sort of the round handles. I like how much paint it holds. It holds plenty of paint, so you can pick up plenty of paint, give it a tap, and you can use plenty of paint on it. And I also like the bristles, and at the end here it's got the sort of synthetic tips, which are absolutely lovely for laying off water-based paints, because they do recommend synthetic tip paintbrushes for water-based paint. So that's a 3-inch brush, so I mainly use that for emulsion, like I say. So that's the Purdy Monarch Elite. That's one that I have in my toolbox pretty much, well, all the time. Now, the other ones that I use are the Hamilton Prestiges. Now I'll start off with the Hamilton Sash Brush. Now this is just such a handy tool. This has the round handle, not an oval handle, but I'm used to this being round, and it's sort of thin as well. It's not thick. This is ideal for cutting in edges of door frames, tops of skirting boards, sash windows. That's really good for. This is a 15mm one, so this is the one that I think is ideal for the small sashes on the window, the sashes, the edges of door frames, and tops of skirt. Again, it's got a good spring on it. It picks up a nice amount of paint, and I just love the way you can push the paint into the edges of the door frame to get that nice straight line across the top of a door frame, or from the edge of a door frame, or the tops of a skirting board. I think I've got a bit of noise going on outside. They sort of pulled up outside to do a light. I was going to not do the video, but I'm just going to push through. Right, so that's the Hamilton Prestige Sash Brush 15mm. Love it. Now you've got the Hamilton Prestige 2-inch brush. This is ideal for flush doors, so if you're rolling a door and you need to lay it off. Again, it picks up a nice amount of paint. Again, it's got the lovely synthetic bristles on the end, so which it makes it really good for laying off. I'm not saying these are a top range brush. They're like middle range, and when you're using them with hybrid paints, you do go through them quite quickly. But but again, I'm willing to go for them because they're very reasonable priced, and especially when you get them in a box set, and I'll explain what you get in a box soon. They're very reasonable price, and they do last me a few jobs, so even though I'm always replacing them, I'm not bothered. But if you was only using them every now and again, they would last you forever. But like when you use hybrid paints, you know, like the Johnson's Aqua Satin or Johnson's Aqua Gloss, make sure you try and wash your brushes out really well, because it does kill your brushes. Now, that's the 2-inch Hamilton Prestige. This is the 1.5-inch Hamilton Prestige, pretty much the same as the 2-inch, but what I use this for is probably door frames, the faces of the skirting boards, if they're not massive skirting boards, you know, and things like that. These are, you know, this is another, you know, always have an 1.5-inch paintbrush basically, and a 2-inch paintbrush. But what else I like, and these are the ones I seem to go through the most for some reason, are these inch brushes, because these are good for sort of small bits of frames, small skirting boards. If you're doing any sort of picture rails or dado rails, these are ideal for. But I went through a lot of these the other year, but I think that's because I was trying to paint like I think it's what you call a shadow batten, where you have the studs at the suspended ceiling, and you have that little batten, and it was such a big job. I went for absolutely loads of these. You buy these in sets, so I'll just like sort of show you what you get in a box. So this is the box it coming from Hamilton. I bought a few boxes of them, and so this box coming like a bigger box. Now this is what you get from Hamilton, and inside, for this specific box set, you got the sash brush, you got two 2-inch brushes, 2.5-inches, and an inch brush. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brushes, and that was about £17. This Purdy Monarch Elite was £22. So that's the paintbrushes that I use. So like I say, please let me know about the brushes that you use, because maybe I might change and try some that you suggest. So let me know in the comment section below what brushes you use. So thank you very much for watching, and take care, and see you soon.